Yo, check it. This that southern shopping screw vibes.
I've been screw flow, putting raps in the spotlight. From DC to Houston, we ride or die tight. Two voices, one passion. Keep the
Yes, indeed. Forgive me. Food too good. Welcome to a brand new episode of 2DopeMarks. You're live in the 2DopeMarks arena, man. Home of Go Grill Wrestling. I'm Brando with the Halo Soul Glow going on over here because, look, it's Thursday. It's one day to the weekend. And I was like, you know what? I ain't even going to fight today. Not even going to fight. Look. Came back from working out. Got gas. I paid $70.
It'd be your rich friends.
70. It was very painful, very hurtful to my wallet and my sensibilities, but we move on. Again, I am Brando, aka the rich friend, as D would say. That is D to my right. We thank you for tuning in. Find us wherever you get podcasts for the free ski at 2DopeMarks. Find us on Instagram at 2DopeMarks. Find us on Twitter, 2DopeMarks, Facebook. The website 2DopeMarks.com. Cop that merch. You know what? Typically, this would be a show where we go over predictions because we got our PLE this weekend in Backlash. We would shoot our shit, talk about whatever going on in the news. I'd probably ask D if he was aware of Mike Vrabel understanding and listening to UGK, things like that. But today is one of them episodes where it's like, you know what, ain't even no time to try and be funny. Ain't no trying to be weird about shit because shit's wicked out here. I would ask D if he's seen a whole bunch of wrestling shit, but last Saturday, I know we had our show last Thursday discussing WWE releases and what worked and didn't work. And then we get the real news Saturday that Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods decided not to take a pay cut and outright wanted their release from WWE and were granted it. So after a near 20-year run for the both of them, they're out, right? I don't know how else to frame it except for the fact that we said this before we even really started the show. Back in we were having conversations before we even did this about Big E's importance to the New Day and what the New Day means as a faction. And for the fact that we don't have that anymore in WWE means we got to understand that there are a lot of kids of the New Day, a lot of people who came up under the New Day, a lot of, I would say, a whole generation of pro wrestlers right now doing it. Indies, AEW, WWE, TNA, MLW, name a organization, can have some credit be given to the New Day for what they did and what they accomplished, right? I ain't even talking in-ring. We're not even talking like Kofi Mania. We're not talking all the tag titles. We're not even talking them and the Usos pretty much having the best feud of 2017, going from, we on the pre-show SummerSlam tearing shit up to we got one of the top 500 some matches ever. I'm saying their impact on pro wrestling cannot be ignored. It can't be downplayed like Charles Barkley almost got downplayed by Draymond Green last night on Inside the NBA. It can't. It just can't, right? Woods, Kofi, and E took a gimmick that a lot of people thought was dead in the water and made that shit shake. They did everything that you would want in pro wrestling. Sold merch, had hot segments, classic matches, had WrestleMania moments. And it's a shame that their heel turn didn't get their ultimate comeuppance, per se. And there's been a lot of stops and starts with injuries and shit like that. But what I am proud about with them brothers is the fact that every single time when they went through the curtain, they chose themselves, right? They knew who they were putting on for. They knew what they were doing. But ultimately, they understood themselves as men to say, you know what? If something ain't feeling right, I ain't got to do it. And they were their natural selves. And I'll never forget April 2019, me and my brother at my mom's house watching WrestleMania and watching Kofi win that title. And like the sheer natural emotion on everybody's face. Grown men thug crying. Because it was just, it hit, right? It is probably my favorite WrestleMania moment as an adult. Outside of like, the Mania moments that you and I got to experience when we went to Mania in Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kofi Kingston has 2 Hall of Fame careers, both as a tag wrestler and as a solo act.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, deserved to have a solo run with a title, right? Big E literally went through so much just getting into wrestling, all the football injuries he had. Now become he's now part of the lexicon. The entire group is part of the lexicon. You are not going to think about 2 horse dudes fighting without thinking of Big E. You ain't gonna think about, hey, we bring a little like nerddom, little geekdom into the fray without up, down, down, without the little homages they did with their gear. None of it, right? New Day made it just be happy to be like, you know what I'm saying? You see black people in pro wrestling doing a damn thing. No bullshit, no weird gimmicks, no nothing. Although they did want to be preachers at first, and I was like, "What the fuck is this youth pastor shit?" At first, right? But it evolved. They were beloved heels, even bigger baby faces. They had niggas eating bootios. They had their own cereal, cuz they had their own cereal.
I know, but it didn't sound like you said booty O's. It sounded like you said something else.
They were not on the Janae Aiko train. They just had a cereal called Bootios. And a very interesting stuff about Bootios. So
yeah, I heard the wrong thing. You know where my mind goes.
I know where your mind is, but I also know where your heart is. So you're fine. You're good. Okay. But yeah, man, this whole pay cut shit is nasty work. It's nasty, even if you say, hey, and again, the reason why I'm not a fan of saying, oh, they took a pay cut is because you can't announce record profits and CEOs and top officials getting hefty raises and shit like that when you're asking the labor force to take a pay cut.
I have a question.
Bad optics. It's bad.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
What is your favorite pizza? I'm talking about brand.
Favorite brand of pizza?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't sponsoring the show, but
no, that's fair.
I will say that my favorite brand of pizza is probably Papa John's, even with the sizzle from Papa John.
Okay, you have bad taste in pizza, but that's not my point. So
I mean, we ain't got a whole lot of like simple choices out here, though.
So imagine if KFC bought Papa John's and they started making pizza. Now we know KFC's for pizza for chicken, right? But they started to make pizza. Do you think it's going to taste the same?
No.
Do you think it's going to look the same?
I think it would look the same. It's not going to feel the same.
I guess my point is, when this is something that I've preached for probably for the past year, and for the folks that watch us that are nostalgic wrestling fans, and you don't even have to be a nostalgic wrestling fan. Even the casuals know, Stone Cold, Razor Ramon, Diesel, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, etc.
Yep.
But when you have this entity in TKO start to get into business. Now, mind you, this is the last year right after Philadelphia, like WrestleMania in Philly 40, like they were the nice guys, literally the nice guys. Like they didn't let nobody go, this, that, and the other. And there were releases in between that time between then and now, but it wasn't all right, we're stepping on everything. We saw it's literally been a trickle effect, a snowball effect. It's literally like imagine those trolleys in San Francisco with no brakes, just going downhill full speed and just destroying everything. They don't know anything about wrestling. And I'm just gonna put it out there. They don't know anything about wrestling. They don't know anything about wrestling fans. They know how to make money. That's fair. Or they know how to make money for their executives. But let's be real on this. Like now you're playing with people's livelihood. There are people that came into wrestling because for the love of it. There are people that came into wrestling that watched the WrestleMania 3 with that man and the big man, that watched the WrestleMania 25 with Shawn and Taker. They watched Kofi Mania and wanted to become wrestlers. And the dream and the goal from the majority of independent wrestlers is to get to WWE, right?
Right.
Do you want to go there now? No. For what? For what? To see who's gonna, if you can kiss enough ass in TKO to be on TV, to be liked. Let's be real about it. I can't play baseball for shit, but I'm not gonna buy a baseball team. My wheelhouse is football and basketball. I'll do that, but I'm not gonna do something I don't want to do, that I don't know nothing of, just to make money. It's a cash grab. We've seen it with the WrestleMania prices. Matter of fact, no. Let's rewind it a little bit further. You've seen it with WrestleMania last year, right? There was a lot of things where, and I'm not going to get into any personal shit we know, but it's a lot of things where ticket prices weren't the same. Hotel situations were different. New added situations as far as like, what was that fake ass little club thing that they had in La Fontainebleau last year?
Yeah, I recall it.
Then fast forward, people start looking at Monday Night Raw prices, SmackDown prices. They're outrageous. Mind you, there are not that many house shows anymore. And the house shows we do have are holiday tours for the most part, or Road to WrestleMania. And even those tickets are crazy. So now you get to a point where WrestleMania this year, it was too many complaints and valid complaints. You look at, let's go internally. As long as I've been going to WrestleMania, we've been going to WrestleMania, we've always seen that if they're in a hotel, there's security. Wrestlers don't even feel secure because their families are there. Is that a TKO thing? I would think so. Ticket prices. People were complaining about ticket prices ever since they knew who was going to be in the main event. Like, dude, we're literally gas prices. How much you put in your tank today?
70.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, we're not in a situation where people can afford everything. And I'm not calling people broke. I'm just calling people like it's economy. Like, it's the economy. So that's the thing. Then you look at the trickle down effect, as we've seen with the ring ever since TKO took over. Look at the ring. Look at the apron. Slowly but surely, it's one advertisement, another advertisement. Brought to you by Dude Whites. Brought to you by Prime. Brought to you by this. Yeah. But then the straw that brought the camel's back was WrestleMania as we know it. Commercials. I've never seen a commercial of WrestleMania. I've never seen a commercial with a PLE until, things got bigger, but I've never seen that before. It's usually an interview or a segment or whatever, but it's no commercial.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about no Slim Jim in between Obafemi and whoever else. But then here's the slap in the face. You release your earnings. Bruh. Look at this shit. Listen to this shit. Like the top executive pay, like Nick Khan literally made 24.2 million and then got a bonus of 10.75. Meanwhile, some getting asked to take a 50% pay cut. Ari Emanuel, shit, 67 million. Mark Shapiro, 43. Come on, man. Like, you're monetizing everything that we love, that we talk about. This is some people's outlet. This is some people's this is something that people love to do. And I get it. You get in to make money. You get a job to make money. Fine. But people got families. So like, I say all that to say with Kofi and Woods, Kofi is a long timer. Kofi's been loyal. That man started out with Jamaican accent and then just lost it. I remember when Woods was in freaking TNA, it's Consequences Creed, and then made the jump to WWE. Like, we didn't know what it was. They made the New Day work. They sold cereal. Come on now, I know a wrestler sold cereal. Come on, man. Like the gear, like you said, the gear. Shit. 483 days. Tag team champion. Do you know that Kofi Kingston is literally the highest combined total days as tag team champion?
Yep.
And
do you know he's the most decorated black wrestler in the history of WWE?
Yeah. And the crazy part is,
champion.
Like, I would have done the same thing as a father, as a family man. Like, I would have done the same shit. I'm not taking no pay cut and the wear and tear that these men put on their body. You want to take a 50% pay cut, the wear and tear on their body, and then the time away that they got to spend away from their family. Is that worth it? Not really. So I understand it. I totally understand it. Now, Woods, and the one thing I respect about Woods is Big E won the world title. Kofi won the world title. Woods said, I don't need all that. Just give me the King of Ring. That's my shit. And he owned that shit. Them brothers made water out of wine. I mean, I'm sorry, wine out of water.
Wine out of water. Yep.
Yeah. So, like, I'll say this. I'm not upset that they're gone. It's unfortunate, but I'm more so enthusiastic because we've seen what they can do. We saw what they do when making the New Day something when people didn't necessarily get it. Imagine what they just bet on themselves. Yeah, imagine what that looks like now. Because I mean, to be honest with you, I know the relationship that Woods has with Kenny Omega. But I don't foresee them at AEW. That does nothing for me. Put them boys back in TNA, especially Creed. I want to see them in TNA. I think that's what they'd be well suited for me, in my opinion.
I think. Wait, is TNA like the one title they didn't necessarily hold of a company that was still like active?
Who, the New Day?
Because it went down in NXT and got them titles from Pretty Deadly. I remember that.
I mean, that don't really count. I mean, TNA don't really count because they didn't go anywhere outside of WWE as a tag team.
Fair point.
Yeah, they didn't. Point. I mean, but what does that even look like? TNA rocking right now. You know what I mean? Like, they can do some things. Their viewership is up. So,
is it weird that I would say that I want to see the Hardys versus the New Day as opposed to Young Bucks versus the New Day?
I would see both. Why not? Why the fuck not? Because you can. Because you can. And we know TK will write that blank check because the Bucks will tell them to. They ain't got to be in AEW to do that shit. And you remember back,
Nope.
you remember back in the day how like they were going back and forth with the elite and elite versus, you know what I'm saying, the New Day. I mean, Woods got that relationship with Kenny.
Yeah, and they
So-
probably gonna like link up again for Street Fighter.
Yep, absolutely.
Since the movie about to come out.
Right. So I mean, it's unfortunate because loyalty gets you nowhere at what it looks like at this point. Like the ones the releases that happened last week were a little unfortunate too, but I understand why Kofi and Woods left. They're family, man. They gotta take care of their family. They want better for themselves. They've built something in their household, and now it's like, okay, you get asked for a 50% pay cut, but you motherfuckers is making 272% more than what you made the year before. What did you do? You ain't going to the ring and do that shit.
Again, it is if they're trying to UFC this shit in ways that they don't get.
You can't. There's no comparison with UFC and wrestling. There never will be that. There is no storyline in UFC. There's no weekly show that a motherfucker's talking shit. Shane Strickland ain't talking to what you call on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or no shit like that. I mean, not Shane Strickland, but Sean Strickland. Like, what are we talking about? It's not the same. UFC 1000 will never be as big as WrestleMania.
No, it won't.
It's stupid. It's really, really stupid. And I will say this, and you won't hear me say this too often, but although he's had his days where shit didn't always make sense, at least TK is a wrestling fan and understands the business to a certain degree to make shit happen in AEW. Whereas the rest of them motherfuckers outside of Triple H and Nick Khan don't know shit.
Yep. We are through the looking glass, people, in ways that, you know, shit sucks, and I'm always gonna be pro, working class here. That's what that's gonna be. I'm always gonna be pro working class, mainly because these are the people who are the reason why you came here, right? The reason why TKO even put the money up to buy WWE from the old man is because of people like Kofi Kingston. It's because of people like Xavier Woods, because of Roman Reigns, because of John Cena, because of Cody Rhodes, right? Like, they're the ones that did that. They ain't do that just because, like, ooh, this is shiny. Let's see. No, you want to latch on to something that was hot. And it remains in flux right now. But when it was cooking with gas.
Sure was.
So it blows my mind. It blows my mind how people cannot like rationalize that, right? Because again, if somebody told you like, hey, D, I need you to take a pay cut, not just like, okay, not like 10%, not even like 5%. I need you to make half your salary.
You want to know my response?
Oh, I don't need to know your response. Your face said everything you needed to say.
Oh, okay.
I know exactly what your response would have been.
I didn't want to get us kicked off of YouTube.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Again, you know what? Here's the better thing. Your shirt, made by the one and only Lovely, said it all right there.
That's why I wore it intentionally. Intentionally.
Says it all right there. So yeah, we've talked about the backside, the back end of the business, which nobody really cares about because it's not like people gonna go to Stanford, Connecticut and protest and stop watching and shit like that. It's just something we got to internalize, take in, and also be mad at the fact that they are just striking content creators for using their shit. Again, it's a weird dynamic. There are content creators who have come out and said that WWE told them to kind of like, strip down their content pages and things like that effectively, even though they're also WWE is also using their content to hype up different things for like social reactions, right? It's a weird give and take. It's very weird. It's almost like how content creators amplified the Drake and Kendrick thing 2 years ago. It's very fucking weird. Do you want to get to like in-ring shit? Because I hate talking backstage politics shit. Backstage politics shit is annoying the fuck out of me.
Shit, you keep me talking about that shit. They gonna ban us from talking WWE, sign an NDA or some cease and desist or some shit.
To quote a tweet I just saw, shit is gonna keep getting messier. So you know what? Let's go in ring, right? Let's get in ring. So Bleacher Report dropped a list of their top 10 wrestlers, male and female, for the month, and I took a gander at it. And for those who have not, I will give you the numbers. So number 10, Seth Rollins. Number 9, Ethan Page. Number 8, Finn Balor. This is for the men, by the way. Number 7, Braun Breaker. Number 6, Obafemi. Number 5, Trick Williams. Number 4, Penta. Number 3, Jacob Fatu. Number 2, Cody Rhodes. And number 1, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. D, your thoughts on how this particular list looks? Because it looks like a post WrestleMania list, and
so you said it's monthly, and based off the past month, I only see one hiccup, and that's Braun Breaker. He wasn't even here. You weren't even there.
No, he wasn't. He was, but I mean, the same
how
thing.
How do you get that?
All right. So I'm going to guess the methodology here, right? Because the list, the list reads somewhat like those old PWI lists that we used to see back in the Gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that your top champions, you typically go first. Whoever the number one contender is somewhere in between in that top 5. Your number 1 or number 2 mid-card champions are also in the top 5. So basically we go champion, mid-card, and whoever's the most obvious number 1 contender. And considering that Jacob Fatu is the obvious number 1 contender for the top belt in that company right now, and Roman Reigns' World Heavyweight title, makes sense for him at number 3. Braun Breaker at number 7 makes sense to me because Braun Breaker came back at WrestleMania. Braun Breaker has been a fixture on the show, and he's lining up into arguably his most important singles match outside of CM Punk for the World Heavyweight title. It's kind of how they got there with that one.
So why Punk ain't on there?
Because CM Punk has not wrestled since WrestleMania.
Okay, so
he's only been on the show once.
So why?
Which was the night at the Mania.
And I love Ethan Page. Why is he on there? He didn't wrestle.
Ethan Page has had 2 matches and also been integral part of how this new mid card for the Intercontinental title is shaping up.
I'm taking Braun Breaker off, but and mind you, this said the month of May.
It did. It's May 7th. So this is basically
May
from
7th.
From WrestleMania to Backlash? Who's replacing Braun now?
Huh?
Who is replacing Braun for you?
Randy.
Well,
he was in the main event.
He was
in the main event of WrestleMania.
He was. And has anybody seen Randy Orton since Mania?
No, that man at home with his family. It's called 40 and over.
Exactly. That's why he's not on the list. Because this is basically Mania. It's basically Mania to Backlash.
Okay. Well, in that case, shit, you could put Sami Zayn on there.
Now that one I will agree.
The fuck?
I'll grant you that one. Because all we've seen of Braun Breaker is run-ins and promos and
That's what I'm
run-ins
saying.
and promos.
Because his tummy hurt. So what?
You had to assault the mic on that one, huh?
Yeah. Here's the thing with me and Braun Breaker. Like, if you ask me a question of who my favorite tag team, one of the greatest tag team of all time, to me, it's the Steiner Brothers. I love the Steiner Brothers. But I don't see the Steiner math. I don't see Papa Pump. I don't see his father. Like, his father, all he had to do was bark and was cool. The athleticism there is there, but when he talks, it doesn't move shit. It doesn't move my bowels at all. What are we talking about here? Like, he does nothing for me. Yeah, it's I don't dislike him. I just don't think he's worthy of the praise that he gets. It's kind of like my Jason Tatum thing. Prove me wrong.
For those unaware, explain your issue with Jason Tatum.
He's not the best player on his team, but the facade or the approach is he's the best player on his team. He has an NBA ring, but guess who the fuck was the damn MVP? I'm gonna let you answer the question. I'm gonna ask you answer the question. I'm going to ask the questions, and they're gonna all be valid.
All right, let's go.
Who won the MVP
for the Eastern Conference and the Finals? It would be for that title run.
Yes,
for that title run, it was one. I'd be on Twitch all the damn time. This is my favorite season in my career because I got to be the number one option, Jaylen Brown.
Okay, next question. Who showed up during the finals?
Jaylen Brown.
Who played defense during the finals?
They both did, but
no. That's not no. Let's be real. Let's be real. Don't bullshit me. Get me.
I'm
don't
being
shit
real.
What defense he play? He just stood in front of a person and that's it. He plays the same defense he always plays, which is absolutely nothing. That's why the Sixers came back. Him and Derek White.
So here's the very weird thing about Jaylen Brown, right?
He wears Beijing on the top of his head, you know.
Well, yes, that is true. That is very, very true. But his on-off stats, basically how good is the team when you on the court versus how good team is when you off the court. It's a little shaky, brother. A little shaky.
Did they lose 2 games? Did they lose 2 games while he was on the court too to the Sixers?
They lost 3 games when he was on the court. Actually, no, they lost 4. Wait, sorry, they lost all 4 games. They lost 4 out of 7 when he was on the court.
No, they lost 3. Jason Tatum ain't played the game 7. Oh, you said Jaylen Brown. Oh,
yes.
It's the eye test. Who was the finals MVP?
Again, Jaylen Brown.
Right. And let's go for basketball now. So, you know, I do this for fun. I do this on purpose.
Yeah. Here we go.
When they played the Warriors in the finals, right? Did he show up then too?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Jason Tatum would readily admit to you that he had a shitty ass finals in 2022.
Oh, he did the same thing the first time that he did the second time, right? Oh, okay.
Again,
got you.
He did. There was not that much improvement,
and he had to check Andrew Wiggins. Let's be real. That was a role. He was a role player because Steph cooked again.
Steph could,
That just proves my point. Try to tell you, man. Listen, back to wrestling. Yes, Braun Breaker is the Jason Tatum of the WWE.
That is a very, very intriguing comparison. Are you? But here's the thing about that. I like where you're going with. I like the argument here. My thing for you is there's an app comparison because you can also say that there are people who have leaped Jason Tatum, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can say, by the same vein, you can say everybody in terms of male talent that is a upper mid card main event level talent now in WWE that were in NXT 2.0 going out, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've all leaped him. They've all leapfrogged him.
Trick
Oba's
Williams.
leapfrogged him. Trick's leapfrogged him.
Yes. Yes. Shit, at this point, to be fair, Javon on his way.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be very, very real with you. If Braun Breaker doesn't evolve, Ethan Page gonna surpass him next too.
Mm-hmm.
So the women, right? So the women, top 10. Let's start from 10. Jade Cargill's 10. Stephanie Vaquer's 9. Roxanne Perez 8. Jessie Jane 7. Oscar 6. Io Sky 5. Tiffany Stratton 4. Becky Lynch 3. Liv Morgan 2. Rhea Ripley 1. What are your reservations on that?
I would probably put Sol Ruka on this list.
That's fair.
I would definitely put Sol Ruka on this list.
That's fair.
I would definitely put her above Jade Cargill. The only reason why I said it is because Jade had her best match at Mania. We have not seen Jade since Mania. Stephanie Vaquer had a solid to good match at Mania, but she is out injured. So and we only saw her in one segment. By the way, to circle back to your Jaylen Brown point real quick fast. Games 5 through 7 of that first round, right? Jaylen Brown was a minus 57 on the court. In other words, when he was on the court, the Sixers was spanking that ass.
You know why? Because
when he was off the court, he was a plus 19.
That's why. You know the reason why? Let me ask you a question. Jason Tatum's down on the court, right? You don't play
I said Jaylen Brown. This is Jaylen Brown.
No, yes, I'm sorry. I'm saying that on purpose. Jason Tatum's down on the court, right?
Okay.
You don't have Vucevic.
Who couldn't even go on the floor in Game 7?
Who checked Joel Embiid?
Me and you checked Joel Embiid.
Jaylen Brown did. You can't have that man on a 7-footer and then decide to ask him put up another and bring you back. Make it make sense. Come on. There's nobody out there that can go out there and guard Embiid and put 30 on him, and he's 6 inches shorter than him. Again, this is what I do.
Sir. Joe Mazzulla
is an idiot.
He put out a starting lineup that had Luka Garza, Ron Harper Jr., and Baylor Shireman in a Game 7.
And all of them had 5 fouls in the first quarter.
And none of them scored points, sir.
That man panicked. He panicked. Brad Stevens needs to have a conversation.
Look, Mazzulla Ball is a direct descendant of Mike D'Antoni Rockets ball, and you know how that went. Like, hey, they got a title. The Celtics got a title out of it. However, everybody they played on the road to that title was banged up. Listen. I know they ran through the league that year, but they was banged up.
Again, I'm going back to my
Halle-
point. Jaylen Brown's the best player on that team.
And he's a net negative player at the same damn time too.
I'll put it to you like this. Watch this. You're on the Rock. You're on a 94 Rockets team, right?
Okay.
You going up against that Orlando Magic team, right?
So if we're going about that, you mean 95? We were talking about this. Okay.
95, yes. Hakeem Olajuwon gets hurt. They put you on Shaq, and they expect you.
We're losing the series.
That's the point I'm trying to tell you.
You're losing the series.
That's my point with Jaylen Brown. That wasn't a Jaylen Brown problem. That was a coaching problem. You traded for Vucevic. Why the fuck didn't he get no minutes?
Because
what are we talking about?
He, as I told you, Sixers fan, was among the many people that could not guard Joel Embiid. Y'all,
neither could Jaylen Brown, obviously.
Before we get into this Jaylen Brown shit, we have to move off the Jaylen Brown shit because Jaylen Brown gonna derail the whole goddamn pod.
God damn.
This ain't gonna be 2DopeMarks. This is gonna be 2Dope Hoop fans
shit.
on some NBA Tonight shit.
2-3 zone.
2-3 zone.
So going back to
opening the corner, but no wrestling shit. Yes,
but go back to that list though. Like who on that list? So Ruka, who are you taking off?
Jade. I'm taking Jade off.
Okay.
Because again, if it's Mania the Backlash, I'm taking Jade off in favor of Sol Ruka.
Okay, I'm taking Tiffany Stratton off. No, actually, no. I'm taking Roxanne Perez off. Taking Roxanne Perez off, and I am putting. What's my girl name that got the title? That can fight. The NXT title. I can't think of her name. I'll be forgetting shit.
Lola Vice,
yes.
Mm-hmm. Who had a intriguing match on Tuesday night. I watched all of this because I was going to ask you, sir. Speaking of the ladies, how locked in were you for Callie Armstrong and Jada Parker to open the show? I'm gonna duck my head because I just want to see this.
Ooh. Trying to find the right word. I'm trying to find the right words.
Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you.
Man. Man. You just hiding my festivities for later.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you see? So not only did they do that list, so Sports Illustrated did a top 20 greatest WWE superstars of all time. You see that one?
I did not. Enlighten me.
All right, we're gonna start from 20 up to 1. Becky Lynch was 20. Mick Foley at 19. Jericho at 18. Punk at 17. Andre at 16. Randy Orton at 15. Edge at 14. Roddy Piper at 13. Kurt Angle at 12. Randy Savage at 11. Bruno Sammartino at 10. Bret Hart at 9. Shawn Michaels at 8. Triple H at 7. Undertaker at 6. Roman Reigns at 5. John Cena at 4. Rock at 3. Hogan at 2. And last but not least, oh hell yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Now, normally I will tell you that this list is fraudulent, it's inaccurate, and how goddamn dare they do this. But Hold on. I now have to look at this list for real now.
I'll put it in the thing, man. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. Put it in the show notes. I had to pause.
Yeah, I'll put it in our personal chat. I got you.
Okay.
I got you. Oh shit.
When I tell you Kofi Kingston could be on that list, I'm not bullshit when I say that.
I mean, he could.
I'm not bullshitting you. All right, I got it.
Okay.
Shout out to DJ Who Kid of all people who had this on his Facebook page.
Kid.
So Becky Lynch is, by their approximation, the greatest female wrestler of all time. Because she's the only woman on this list.
I can't disagree or agree.
Neither can I.
Because I can replace her, but I understand why they have her there.
Right.
The one that bothers me is Jericho.
I'm curious, Dean. Why does Jericho bother you?
Because I have a person that I can replace him with. Actually, yeah, I can replace him with that has a longevity. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's done something in WWE that I think he's done maybe a little bit more, and quote me if I'm wrong, than Jericho has, and that's Rey Mysterio.
Okay. So Jericho is 9-time IC champ, most all time. First ever undisputed champ.
Okay.
Tag champ.
Mm-hmm.
He did not win King of the Ring.
No.
Nor did he win Money in the Bank. And technically he invented the match. Rey Mysterio is and he's a Grand Slam champion. Forgot about that part.
Right.
Rey Mysterio.
That's why I said I could have put Eddie, but Eddie didn't have the longevity, of course.
Right. Rey Mysterio, Grand Slam champion.
Mm-hmm.
One-time world champion, one-time WWE champion. Royal Rumble winner.
Tag team champion.
Multi-time tag team champion. Yep. That's why I factor in that Grand Slam thing. Spicy meatball right there, sir. Spicy meatball.
Oh.
And the fact that he's literally lasted since SmackDown.
He's in the Hall of Fame SmackDown already. He's lasted
since SmackDown too. He's lasted SmackDown too.
He's the only person that's an active wrestler that's in the Hall of Fame.
There's also that. There's true. There's also I can see it.
That's why I said,
that's a strong case. That's a strong case. I think Jericho even has more. Okay, does Jericho have more memorable feuds than Rey? Because Rey has
no. Rey has Eddie. Rey had Batista.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Jericho had Shawn.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember anything after that.
Shawn, Edge, Punk.
Cool. Jericho?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is there? Okay. All right. I get the rest of them. I don't have any issues with any of the rest of them. Like the Bruno Sammartino and Andre things are rightfully so.
Yeah, plus that's before our generation, really. Like, yes, they were titans of the 70s.
I do have a slight case for. I do have a slight issue with the Roddy Piper thing.
Roddy Piper is the only person on this list. If I do my quick scroll,
that has not won the world title.
Yep, he's correct. He's the only one.
Mm-hmm.
And I put Roddy Piper in that same class as Jake the Snake Roberts.
You can put him in Mr. Perfect.
Same. Same. I can put him in that, or Rick Rude. I can put him in that upper mid card.
Owen Hart.
See, now he's naming names. Let's say you want
No,
names of
no.
guys, names of dogs.
So the thing with Roddy Piper is, I think Roddy Piper, for me, is probably top 3 greatest heels of all time.
Yeah, because okay, so Piper's peak is 85 to 92.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because again, he is literally the heel for the main event of WrestleMania 1.
Yep.
Him and Paul Orndorff. And it peaks in 92 because that's when he wins the IC title and finally gets a singles run, and also has that classic with Brett at Mania 8. There's also a tag title run with him and Flair in the early 20s, in the early 2000s. Almost forgot about that. I realized, like, yeah,
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think of who I would replace Piper with, though. And I think that might be Eddie. That might be Eddie.
I think Eddie Guerrero is arguably the most influential wrestler of the last 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. Let me scan that back down. That's because 30 taking back to 96.
I say 20. I say 25. 25.
Thank you. All right,
20,
I'll go 25. I go 25 because again, Swole, mind you, skinny Eddie, skinny kind of chubby Eddie had everything, right? Like skinny Swole Eddie from Halloween Havoc 97, right? Then you got Swole still can go Eddie in WWE because after he got fired, came back, got his life back together, but the tone his body fucked his heart up. I put Eddie, yeah, I think in terms of WWE superstars all time, I think I'll put Eddie Guerrero over Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
That's a good call. I'm like, I understand it. So, and if I had to have any other change, I get it, but Mick Foley, I'm not going to say that I dislike him. I just never was a Mick Foley fan, but I respected him. I don't know if I can put him on this list because I want to know what the basis is for this list. We know what Stone Cold Steve Austin did. Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Shawn Michaels,
White DMX.
Huh?
Stone Cold, aka White DMX. Think about it. These dudes were born.
I know.
Same birthday, 6 years apart.
So, if I have to replace Mick Foley with anybody, I am going to go with Charlotte Flair.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna go with Charlotte Flair.
All right.
Because you don't even pay. So people don't even pay attention to like Becky 2 belts, the man, she be doing her thing. But who has won the most world titles in the women's division?
It's Charlotte.
Flair.
It's Charlotte. Real quick, do you have any issue with The Rock being the only black wrestler on this list?
I do, but I don't. The hard part about it is who do you replace him with? You got to replace him with a Mick Foley. Like you, I'm sorry, not replace that. I mean, if you add a Kofi, you got to replace Kofi. Replace Kofi.
I would say Kofi replaces either Roddy Piper or he replaces Roddy Piper. He replaces Roddy Piper on this list. Not in the spot, like not number 13, but he replaces Roddy Piper.
So you would say okay. So you would say Roddy Piper is Eddie, and then Mick Foley is Kofi.
Something that's to affect.
Okay, yeah, well, that's fair. That's fair. Shit, I even fucking Jericho.
I said that knowing full well that I am a Mick. I appreciate Mick Foley. I think Mick Foley is by and large one of the most entertaining men to ever step foot in the ring. Yeah. But I also think Kofi Kingston means a little bit more for this era, per se. For this era and this time.
Then I'm replacing Chris Jericho with Kofi. Then.
No biases.
I said that with a straight face.
All right, cool. Well, with straight faces, we will now get into Saturday. So Tampa, Florida is host to Backlash, first PLE post WrestleMania. In tradition of these B shows, it's 5-match card, no frills, no nothing crazy. We got card goes like this, man. Got Danhausen, the mystery partner. I don't know is gonna be God like Shawn Michaels had at a Backlash once upon a time. Versus the Miz and Kid Wilson. We got Asuka versus Io Sky. We got Trick Williams making the first defense of his United States title against the gingerbread killer himself, Sami Zayn. We have
killer.
GBK. We got Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker in the main event. In his first PLE main event, we got Jacob Fatu challenging for the World Heavyweight title against his cousin, Roman Reigns. So, we will start with Danhausen and a mystery partner versus the Miz and Kid Wilson. I think, brother, Danhausen ain't losing that match. Danhausen not losing that match.
Who's his partner though?
Ron Mercer.
Ron Mercer.
You know,
from the University of Kentucky. Ron Mercer,
Ron Simmons, Ron Harper. Name a Ron. Name anybody. It's going whoever his mystery partner.
Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
Whoever his mystery partner, Misty Hyatt. Name any goddamn body. Whoever he gonna get, they gonna win.
All right, bro. Danhausen. They gonna.
Thank you.
Think about
this. Think about this. What's gonna happen?
I ain't doing it. I believe.
I didn't say the words. It's like Candyman. I ain't say the words.
I believe in God.
I'm gonna say, hey, he might get Dan a Big Game from Street Fighter.
Bruh. It's Mother's Day weekend. I ain't trying to deal with no shenanigans. Move on to the next match, please.
All right. In the blow-off of their feud, Asuka versus Io Sky. I am going to pick Io Sky to win this because I think one Sky Pirate is gonna come back for one last little appearance to tidy all this shit up, and then she'll go on her merry way because hey, kind of made no sense for you to release Kari, and she's an integral part of a big goddamn story.
Yeah, same.
Cool. All right, I feel like here's my thing. I think with WWE PLEs, especially when it comes to the B level ones, we already know what we're gonna say. We've been too locked in for 2.5 years.
I mean, Backlash is like the worst B-level PLE of all time. So,
I mean, Backlash 99 was kind of hard.
Yeah, half these motherfuckers watching. I had the people watching this weren't even live then.
Look, you got the better Austin match in 99 in that one. So I'm just letting you know. Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, U.S. title. Why are we? I know you had high hopes for Sami Zayn in 2026. I know you did.
I did. But listen, I might have some lemon pepper wings that day.
Not a bad choice. Now to the match that I think, because I think Trick Williams is going to win this. So the match that actually has a little bit of to it is Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker.
Oh, Seth not winning that. As much as I'm not a Braun Breaker fan, Seth is not winning that.
But 30 years of watching this shit, brain is kicked in. It's kicking in.
Yeah, no, it's kicking in because the nigga that said my tummy hurt, he winning.
My pussy.
My pussy. All right, bro. All right.
That's what you said.
All right, bro. The man, I got a tummy ache. Yeah.
I think Seth is gonna win this by outsmarting Braun. That's what I think. The reason why I say that is because every single time they've been in the ring since this whole feud kicked off, for real, Seth Rollins has gotten sunned. I'm talking about physically.
I feel you.
Not on the mic, but physically he's gotten sunned.
I feel you. But here's the problem.
Give me
Pepto
the
Bismol, the Pepto Bismol, my Atlanta nigga. Like they've been trying to hype this man up for the longest time. Like they've been putting the rocket up there for the longest time. How better to do it with Seth Rollins, beating Seth Rollins? He gonna mess around. He gonna beat Seth Rollins. He gonna take a boo boo, and yeah, that's it. His tummy hurt. He gonna run himself ragged. Next match.
Roman Reigns versus Super Pyru Jacob Fatu. Again, it's gonna be your typical Roman Reigns PLE match in that it's gonna be fire. It's gonna have it might have a little bit of shenanigans if the twins decide to get involved. It might not.
Yep. I think they will.
But
I think they will.
I think Jacob walks out of Tampa looking like $1 million and even more of a made man. I think Roman Reigns retains.
That's fair.
It's gonna be you gonna look real good losing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Real good losing.
Well, I mean the twins have been around, lingering around, so
yeah. But they ain't got him, but they had not got involved. That's the funny part.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's the match I'm looking forward to because the storytelling is gonna be the best.
Indeed. Why? Shout out to that Talking Death Grip.
Man, listen.
Look, it's a shout out to the Talking. Shout out to bringing back the classics.
All right, Ming.
Shout out to bringing back the classics. Ming, Haku, all them joints. We can get dark skin tonight.
Oh, okay, bet.
Given what has occurred this week, we can go dark skin tonight. So, yeah,
that's gonna be a thing. You know what I mean?
I hate you. I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
That's right. It's time for Hater or Hero of the Week segment of the show, which is me and D's favorite, in which we just get some shit off our chest. I've had people call in like, yo, that was a little foul, that was a little crazy. I mean, this is the segment where we actually get wild and crazy a little bit. Not gonna hold you.
Hold up. Somebody called you and told you your shit was offensive?
A little bit. I was wilding a little bit.
Oh.
I was wilding. It was good though. It was good banter. So my hero of the week, I have a hater and a hero. So my hero of the week is Ted Turner. We got news yesterday that Ted Turner, who is a Maverick by all means, they only made one of them motherfuckers because the other 99 was not coming out that way. Ted Turner passed away yesterday at the age of 87. And basically, Ted Turner is the reason why we got Cartoon Network. He's the reason why, even though a whole bunch of white folks was fleeing Atlanta, he was like, nah, I'm setting up shop here in Atlanta. Turned Channel 17 into Turner Broadcasting System, then lost TNT, then lost CNN, and CNN, for better or worse, changed how we view cable news. Bought WCW and gave it arguably its greatest financial period until that damn AOL Time Warner merger. And we know how that went. Ted Turner was a wild dude, boy. He was a wild dude. Again, this dude was an environmentalist, basically shaped the idea like, yo, we need to make a cartoon about the environment. Let's make Captain Planet. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and donate $1 billion to the United Nations. Also, he managed the Braves for a game. He's also said some very weird, slick shit from time to time because he did not know when to shut up. Also made a clip for When the World Ended to play on CNN with soldiers standing in front of the building while him played. And according to an excellent obituary I read from Shutdown Fullcast, Ted Turner kept the gun his daddy killed himself with in his drawer. And on occasion during negotiations with people, he pulled that thing out and he hold it to his head a little bit and say, I don't like how this is going. And he typically got what he wanted by that little stunt. Also, the man had 4 girlfriends at one time and gave each girl a week to kick it with.
He Neo.
Yeah, he was married to Jane Fonda for 10 years. They divorced kind of bitterly. He cheated on Jane Fonda like a month after the wedding, but hey, they were friends until he died. Okay. Yeah. Ted Turner is a fascinating character, sir. A fascinating character. But yo, shout out to the Superstation. If you do happen to have a funeral, I need that shit to be at 6:05.
Man.
Had that shit at 6:05 on a Saturday. You know how these go. You know, again, talk about a man who contained multitudes, the man who gave you CNN and WCW and Adult Swim and Cartoon Network. My hater of the week. Well, I alluded to it earlier, but Draymond Green, man. I know what he wanted to. I know what he's trying to get off last night, trying to bring up Chuck's time with the Rockets, trying to make it look like Chuck was flabby and sick as a member of the Rockets. So, all right, real quick, let me run ISO. Give me 3 minutes, D. Let me run ISO 3 minutes. So Chuck,
that's fine.
As a Houston Rocket, right, was not like Shaq in the Celtics uniform or Shaq in the Cavs uniform. It wasn't nasty, okay? Charles Barkley's first game as a Rocket came against his old team. Mm-hmm. The man put up 20 points and grabbed 33 goddamn rebounds. 33. At one point, he out-rebounded the entire opposite team by himself.
Charles was
his first year in Houston, he was an all-star, averaging 19 and 14. Single-handedly beat the Sonics' ass in 97 to get us to the Western Conference Finals, right? His body betrayed him, but even as his body was betraying him, Charles Barkley still put up 14 and 10 on his last year in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Barkley played, 16, 17 years? And for 16 straight, he averaged a double-double. Like from his sophomore year on, he averaged a double-double. There are years in which Charles averaged 25 and 12 and like 58% shooting like he's fucking Shaq. I think because he ain't played in 25 years, people misconstrue what a problem Charles Barkley was. And shout out to Dragonfly Jones, one of my favorite followers on Twitter. Dragonfly Jones put it in my head like, yo, what would you do if you found out they found a way to take prime Chuck, like 93 MVP Charles Barkley, and put him on them peak Warrior teams? Exactly.
Nah, he would have served
that dude.
He would have served his purpose, but Draymond was a better fit for that team.
Okay, here's my counter to that real quick, fast, D. Draymond, yes, was an anchor and a hub in terms of get the ball, Steph, guard the other player's best defender, because again, Draymond's 6'7", 6'8"?
Same height as Charles.
Charles is 6'4".
Okay.
Draymond's 6'7", but he got long arms. Charles is 6'4", long arms. Now, was Charles a defender in the same way Draymond is? Absolutely not.
No.
However, you want to tell me Charles Barkley on the fast break saying, either kick it to Steph or Clay or KD. All you got to do, sir, is rebound, hit the outlets, and if necessary, when Steph or Clay or KD on the bench and it's you out there, go get buckets.
Yeah, you get the point.
Charles was going to get you some buckets. Yeah, so yes, you may sacrifice. You may sacrifice like 12. You may sacrifice like 6-7 points on defense, but you get another 13 off offense.
I can go in depth with that because here's the thing: they had another.
All I'm saying is, before you continue, all I'm saying is Charles Barkley was a motherfucking problem. I need people to understand that. I need people to understand that. Don't sleep on Charles Barkley just because you see him on TV talking shit about women in Galveston or women in San Antonio, things like that.
Charles is at the Kappa.
Charles,
Charles
look,
is at the Kappa.
I wish ESPN Classic was on right now, because if a segment like that happened in the ESPN Classic era, ESPN Classic would be showing like, yo, give me Game 7 of the '93 Western Conference Finals when Chuck put up 44 and 24 to get Phoenix to the finals. Give me Game 4. Game 3, because it was best of 5 then. Give me Game 3 of the '93 first round series versus Golden State. We put up 56 on insane efficiency. Give me Dream Team highlights. On a team that had, I'm good. On a team that had let's say Michael Jordan at his absolute peak. Like, we talking 92 Jordan, right? Coming off easily, arguably the most beloved Bulls team for a certain generation of folks. I know me and you, we rock with 96, right? Some people love that 92 Bulls team to death.
I was a 93 Bulls fan.
Oh, you like the gambling era. Okay.
Yeah, because that man was out there. That man was out there playing 18 holes, betting money, and still busting ass.
All I'm saying is, on the Dream Team, the best player was Charles Barkley. The Dream Team. Stop sleeping on Chuck. Chuck was a bucket from the moment he got in the league to the moment he got out the league. And he's a rare Hall of Famer whose body betrayed him at the end, but he was still putting up numbers. Go ahead, D.
Oh, damn. Okay. I got a hero of the week. I ain't got no hater of the week. I got 3 of them, actually. Giuliano Valdi, Coleman Domingo, and Jafar Jackson. All who of which played Joe Jackson, young Michael Jackson, and older Michael Jackson in the movie Michael. And for those who have seen it, good for you. For those who haven't seen it, you might want to turn us off right now, because I'm about to say what I gotta say. A lot of people have seen the stories, whether it be magazines, internet, the Jackson, the American story about Michael Jackson and what was what. But I went to go see this movie on last Friday, and it wasn't that. It wasn't the same as what we expected. And from the emotions to the relationships in the movie to the individuality to the acting, the dancing, the singing, the just depiction of arguably the greatest entertainer of all time, and his daddy, they get my hero of the week. That was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. I'm a big fan of biographies. I read biographies, I watch biographies, and that's arguably in my top 3 of biographies as far as movies. Jafar did a hell of a job, considering that last scene in the movie was actually the first scene they filmed, and he killed that bitch. And from a standpoint of you playing your uncle, the mannerisms, the looks, the voice, the makeup, all those different things, like, yeah, it did that for me. So my heroes of the week are those 3. Shout out to the movie Michael. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. And again, the greatest entertainer of all time. So that they did a hell of a job with that. So that's my heroes of the week.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Hey, that Michael gonna make a Billy at the box office. Is going.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
You can make a Billy. Yeah, man. That's tonight's episode of 2DopeMarks. We thank you for tuning in. Happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day is Sunday. Do something nice for your T lady. As they say down in Houston, do something nice for your T lady, your T Jones, however you want to phrase it. Also, there's a French Montana Rick Ross versus going on right now. If that ain't to tell you that versus is cooked product, like stepped on. Yeah, exactly, man. Again, follow us at 2DopeMarks on everything you may see on social media, wherever you may get your podcast for the free ski. We there. Cop the merch. Links in the description on YouTube. Cop the merch. And before we sign off, shout out to Kofi Kingston. Shout out to Xavier Woods. Shout out to Big E. I know he's still employed by them, but shout out to him. And shout out to Black Wrestling. And shout out to Black Wrestling, too.
Yeah.
By the way, Ashe 15 is coming in 2 weeks. Main event is Lockhart versus Carter round.
Darius versus Darius.
Is round infinity at this point. I don't know what Billy Dixon might do, might not do, since he got told not to come, but we'll see. And D, we're getting close to that Spurs Thunder Western Conference Finals, brother. We're getting close to that.
The answer, the question you're going to ask me is my say something nice for the people answer. So
I know. I think that the Knicks might got y'all in the East semis. I'm just happy
to be here.
I mean, y'all beat the Celtics. Y'all beat the Celtics. Cool. You playing with house money. So therefore, cool. D, say something nice to people.
SGA.
With the 2DopeMarks, bringing the heat every night. Shopping screw.